Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now we're going to get our popcorn and then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car and I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
And we won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? How you cannot go?
Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing on up. I know that we were going to come on over the weekend and just talk a little bit about what was going on with the YSL. Because you guys, it is crazy right now. Like for the last, I guess, okay, it started in Wednesday. It started Wednesday when Slime, what was his name? His name was Slime Life or whatever. He had Slime Life Shorty had went on a trial on the stand, and he said the word that, you know, they were in jail or incarcerated or whatever. Free Quay. That's what he said, free Quay. And it sent the whole court in a turmoil. So right now, Judge Whitaker, okay, she literally is holding everybody hostage. She's not letting the court reporters in. Matter of fact, she says no social media, no news. They're having court and nobody can go in. The public can't go in. They're trying to negotiate and they're trying to have everybody there to negotiate what they're going to do. So I know you guys want to know what is going on, but nobody knows right now. Nobody's saying nothing. The family ain't speaking or talking. But, you know, Judge Whitaker put on the table a mistrial. So, let me see here. I'm changing some things real quick because, yeah. So anyway, come on in, you guys. I know we're early, but I just want to talk a little bit. But if you guys gonna talk to me, talk to me. If you're not gonna talk to me, don't talk to me. But it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how you guys feel about it. For real, for real. Tell me what's going on your mind, because I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. Nobody has a clue. But I can tell you this, that they are, let me see if we got that video, because no, I think I didn't even, yeah, I think I sent it, and yeah, my phone's doing some shady stuff. What do you think going on, Zena? I didn't think you guys was even listening. What do you think is going on? Because it's definitely happening. Hey, Marsha, how you doing? Hey, Wanda, what's going on with you? Hope everything is okay. You guys, life is crazy. I don't know about you guys. Life is just unbelievable. Stuff is happening every day, and I just don't even understand it. So yeah, I just don't even understand it. But everybody's, it's like putting a mice or a rat in a box. And mice don't know nothing about a box or what you put it in or whatever. But you put a mice in a box, and it just runs all over the place, and it's looking for food, it's looking for a way out, it's nibbling, it's doing all kind of stuff. And that's what the people in the public is doing right now. They wrong for this. They are definitely wrong, because the public needs to know. But they're having, I guess it's not it could be an ex parte, but they can't have the ex parte in the judge's chamber because there's so many defendants. I believe that's what's going on, because when they do not let the public in, and they do not let, and it's not really considered an ex parte, because, well, it is. Yeah, it's got to be called. And hey, Sanja, how you doing? It's got to be considered an ex parte, because here's the thing: when you do not let the social media in the courtroom, you do not let the public in the courtroom, and it's the judge, it's the prosecutor, and it's the defendants, and the lawyers there. They're trying to give deals out. Period, point blank. Deal is on the table. Deals are on the table. I want to share something with you guys. I tried to download it because you see my notification. Girl, trust me, things is finna get better over here. Trust and believe they are, because I just found the site, which, remember I told you I had to change everything of my recording and all this other stuff. Well, I had to find something that was friendly to me, because I'm not that tech savvy. And I found it last night, and I was playing with it. I'm just learning where everything is at. And so, yeah, you guys been really patient with me. I appreciate you guys. If you know what, right now, if everybody was in here, and here's the thing, if I won $1 million, I would give everybody in here. Now, I'm not crazy, but I would give you like maybe $50,000. I would give you $50,000, everybody that's in here, because I could say that. And then y'all know what? Y'all could take me to court and be like, this girl, now I'm talking about as of today. Like, as of today, if I won $1 million, I would give everybody in here $50,000. Because, see, when you say something like that, people will send you to court. And she said, well, SP said, and then I be done won the $50,000. And y'all be like, I'm suing her because I was in her chat and she said if she won, she was going to give everybody $50,000. I would give you $50,000 right now just because. And right now it's only but 7 people here, so that ain't a lot of money. That's like 50,000 times 7. That's 350,000. That's a little bit. Well, that is some money. Now hold on. I can't give you 50,000. Take that back. I cannot give you 50,000 because that's more than $250,000. They're only gonna give me $500,000. I can't give you a quarter of it. She said, I ain't gonna. I'll give you. Okay, I take it back. I can't give you 50,000 because they only gonna give me 500,000, and I can't give out 350,000. That only leaves me 150,000. Y'all crazy? I know you lying. Okay, 70,000. I can give you guys $10,000 a piece. How about that? Okay, $10,000 a piece. That's a little bit more reasonable, and yeah, I can do that. If I won $1,000,000, I would give all 7 of you because it was 7. $10,000 a piece. But it'd be only but the people that I see in the chat though, because it definitely wouldn't be people in the bushes because I don't see you in. Anybody could say I was there. Well, whatever. I see Sanja. I see Crystal. Let's see who else I see. I see C6 Banks. I see Zena. Okay, Asanya, Crystal, C6 Banks, Zena. That's all I see. I only see 4. Wanda. I see Wanda. And I see Marsha. That's 6. I see 6. So I would only have to give out $60,000. I can do that. I can do that. She said, I'll take you too. Exactly. I will take whatever you give me. y'all be thinking sister ain't gonna get that money, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna win that money. I don't know when I'm gonna win it, but I'm gonna win it. But it'd be great if I won it really soon. Anyway, you guys, let's talk a little bit because my personal life is it's crazy. You guys don't want to hear about my personal life. Going to work. I've got to work this new job today, tomorrow, and the next day. And then I got to go to a skills lab on the 31st. And then I work out of town, Thursday and Friday. And then I work Wednesday over there. And then I think Sunday I work at my new job. And then they're going to put me on the schedule. So I'm literally working 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 days straight without a day off. 12-hour shifts. And it is killing me. Anyway, that's some chunk of change there. That should be some money right there. I should come out looking pretty nice, but actually, yeah, I should be looking pretty nice after it's all over with. Anyway, you guys, we'll see what's happening. But anyway, let's talk about YSL and what's going on, because you guys, later on this evening, I will not be coming on because, I am trying to figure out this new recording and thing, but I got stuff that ain't working the way I want it to work, but it's okay. I'll get her done. I'm not gonna change. I was gonna change our intro. I might add a little bit to it, but that's about it. Anyway, you guys, let's talk, because I want to know. Well, let me see. Let me call this girl, because She knows. Okay, I want you guys to hear what's going on. Listen to this, okay? Because this is the 11 a live news um uh what's going delayed for court, okay? This is what they said.
To 11 Live midday at 11. I'm Cheryl Preheim. More delays in the YSL RICO trial. Court was expected to resume this morning in the trial involving rapper Young Thug and several co-defendants, but so far we are still waiting for proceedings to begin. This new pause comes after the trial came to a halt on Wednesday after a move for a mistrial. 11 Live's Liza Lucas is live at the Fulton County Courthouse with what we know right now. Liza, the days just keep ticking here.
That's right. And this morning, what we can tell you for sure is that attorneys with the state, as well as several attorneys for the defense, were here right on time at 9 a.m., presumably for a meeting with the judge. One attorney basically telling 11 Alive that meeting was like the equivalent of an in-chambers meeting, so the public was not allowed into the room. But there's anticipation that court could resume this afternoon. We're very much in wait-and-see mode right now here at Fulton County Courts. We will definitely keep you posted. But that move for a mistrial comes after a witness last week was asked to read social media posts in court, but read an unredacted version with the names of incarcerated defendants. Well, that prompted the defense to move for a mistrial. Judge Paige Whitaker did indicate she could consider a mistrial without prejudice, which would end the trial but preserve the state's ability to retry this case. We could hear more on the judge's decisions today in regards to that mistrial, but attorneys for multiple defendants also tell 11 Alive there have been negotiations with state prosecutors. Now, we don't know the details of those conversations, but Joshua Schiffer, an attorney not affiliated with the case, he offers this perspective.
Prior plea offers have basically been time served and get out of jail. That's really tempting when you've been on trial for so long. The length of this trial must be weighing on everyone involved. The idea of having a retrial, unbelievably expensive, and most people consider cruel, considering how long these presumed innocent defendants have been sitting in pretrial detention.
Right.
Now,
They've been there
at this
for
point,
2
what
years.
comes up next really remains uncertain, but there's also the chance that we could simply see this trial move forward and just proceedings keep going ahead. So that's something that we're going to be watching for as well, and we'll keep you posted as court resumes again.
Wow. So you guys, like I was telling you, it's like and I didn't hear that before. That just came in an hour ago. So that is the the latest right there. So they are actually in court, but they're not letting social media in there. They're not letting the public in there. So we thought that they had the people in social media, like they were letting at least the public in. They're not letting the public in. I was in another chat, and they was like, "Oh, they're letting the public in," and all this other stuff. No, they're not. They're not letting the public in. So you guys, you're not gonna go to anybody's channel and be able to know what is being said in that courtroom, because it's actually literally called an ex parte. Now, they can come out and tell us what they said. They're not supposed to, because it's not literally an ex parte. But the judge do not want no influence. But okay, I'm gonna say this because Fanny has said, she was going to lock these boys up. That's all to it. She gonna lock them up, and she's ready for voting, and the election is in a couple of days. I don't think she want to take that hit. Like, okay, let's look at it like Fanny will look at it. Fanny will look at it like this. Fanny will look at it like, everybody share the live, share the live, like and share the live. But Fanny will look at it like this was a L, And L, yeah, she lost. Now, you want to be the DA, and you said you was going to lock them up. How is it, and I'm just going to say this, you guys, when that boy, Slime Life Shorty, got on the stand and did what he did, that runted. That runted for everybody. It did. It did. Unbelievable. I told you guys, y'all be thinking I don't be paying attention, but I do. I do be paying attention. Oh yeah. I love to go and listen to, let's see if we can pull it up if we can. Cause I was messing with something, but y'all don't know. I was messing with something. I was messing with it. And I'll show you guys what I was messing with. It was just something. But this, I want to see what it's gonna look like.
No, not nobody in particular. No, I just want to be different. I just made it up.
We're going to publish 37 in N. Who is in 37 in N?
OG Boo.
And who is that?
Shannon.
All right. And can you read for the jury the caption?
Read his caption.
Yes.
Ain't nothing more compatible than the trench. A car in the trenches.
And then is there a hashtag?
Hashtag no slime left behind. Hashtag 2Bs. Life size.
And is there another hashtag?
Freeway.
Is there another hashtag on the screen?
That's it. That's what did it. When he said free Quay. Hey, come on now. What's going on? What is going on with you? Come on now. What's going on? It has an echo. Yeah, because I didn't have my earbuds on. Thanks for reminding me. I didn't have my ear things on. Let's see if I can do it again because I want to make sure. Did you guys hear a little music in the background? Did you guys hear a little music in the background? Because I threw a little music in there. Thanks for you know. I gotta, boy. You didn't hear a little, okay. Let's see if you hear it now. Let's see.
Oh no.
Yana.
Oh no. It's in this paper. It's in this paper.
I have to make a motion.
Tell me if you hear
No,
an echo.
not nobody in particular. No. I just wanted to be different. I just wanted that.
We're going to publish 37 in N.
No, it's still doing it, isn't it? You're right. It said that it was connected, but it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I need to turn it off of my phone. It said it could not connect, and I don't know why. Let me turn off my phone. Okay. Okay. She said still an echo. Oh, okay. Got you. Okay, what about now? Let me turn it on.
Um, no, I just want him to be different.
I
So
do
I just
hear
named
the
it that.
music.
I'm going to publish 37 NN.
Is that better?
Who is in 37 NN?
OG Boo. OG Boo.
And who is that?
Shannon.
All right.
That's got to be
And
better, you guys.
Can you read for the jury the caption?
Hey, Marsha.
Read his caption.
Yes.
She said that's no better. C6, what are you talking about? How do you hear an echo? How do you hear an echo? And she said, I'm working, but I'm listening. Thank you, Marsha. Marsha. How do you hear echo and I got my earbuds on? We miss you too. Well, I tell you what, you guys. This right here is what broke the camel's back. She says, no music. Yes, better. Okay, she says it's no music. Okay. No music. Yes, better. Yes, better. Okay. Because when you have your earbuds on, the echo will be you hearing what I'm hearing. So I put the ear, that was old. Oh, when I was reading it, it was old. Okay. Got you. Thought you was talking about I was old. I was like, girl. So you guys, I did get a text message from one of our warriors, and let me read it to you guys, because everybody needs prayer, and I want to make sure. Brother Albert asked me for the prayer warriors to pray for his daughter's mom. One of her daughters has been in a bad car accident. She needs the prayer warriors to pray for her. Her name is Alex. Thank you so much. So, pray for Alex. You guys put Alex. It's spelled Alexis in the chat. Pray for Alex. When people ask for prayer, you need to at least know their name. Know who you're praying for. And then they said Corey Bixby had court on the 22nd. Girl, you and the SP family makes my day, no matter the topic. Your ideal and approach just calms my soul. Thank you, big time. You're welcome. Stop it, you not old. Girl, I am old. Yeah, I am. Let's see what Wavy TV say about Corey Bigsby, because I was supposed to see this, and oh, well, I gotta read it. Corey Bigsby, convicted of murdering son, fails to get new judge. Oh, he just went to try to get a new judge for child abuse and neglect charges. So the judge who presides over the murder trial for Corey Bigsby, convicted in March of taking out his son, denied a motion Monday to recuse himself from 30 additional charges against Bigsby for child abuse and neglect. Judge James Hawks listened to claims by the defense attorney Curtis Brown that Hawks improperly seated a white female juror in the murder trial. Okay, let me see here. He mad because a juror was white. Brown claimed the woman said before the trial began that she thought Bigsby was guilty. Hawks denied the claim and denied the motion to recuse. I was very disturbed, very concerned the way the juror was put together, Brown said after the hearing, repeating what he said right after Bigsby was convicted of second degree in the death of his son, that jurors had 9 white members and 3 black members. It's supposed to be a black town. The mayor's black, the Commonwealth attorney's black, all the 3 judges on the circuit court are black, but they only let us get 3 black jurors in it. It wasn't a fair trial, Brown said. The charges of child abuse and neglect allegedly began in February 2021, several months before Cody was killed, and involved not only him but his 3 brothers as well. Cody had an older brother who testified at their father's trial and 2 younger twin brothers. Nancy is one of the several mothers who are seeking justice. Okay. Of course he will get a fair trial, said Nancy, of the group that's also known as We Are Cody's Voice. He got a fair trial last time. The judge was not biased whatsoever. Brown also moved for severance, which would have created 30 separate trials on the 30 charges of child abuse and neglect. Hawks denied that motion. What? He got 30 charges. He was like, we want to be charged separately. Not defendants, the charges. What the heck? Which would have created 30 separate trials on the 30 charges of child abuse and neglect. Hawks denied that motion, and the trial for all 30 is set to begin in early February. They got her talking, so hold on. Let's see if we can hear what she say. Maybe not. Oh. Okay, hold on. It is really loud. Hold on, you guys. So, no thanks to that. Let me go down and go to my settings. And so you guys can hear it also. Bluetooth. I'm going to take that out. Okay. I don't know if I can find it now or whatever. See this thing? Oh, she sent it to me early too. Here we go. When it pops up, I'll let you guys hear it, because I could hear it, but you guys couldn't hear it. It was in my ear. But it's pretty much what I read. Yeah. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to come on and I wanted to see if, yeah, I was working on some stuff. And it seems like it might be working. I don't know. Um, that's what I.
No, not nobody in particular. Um, no, I just want them to be different.
Yeah, I hear the music.
I'm going to publish 37 NN.
Okay, I hear the music, so it is actually working the way I need it to work. And it posted too. I don't know how I got it to post, but yeah, it posted. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, yeah, I'm gonna work. She said prayers for Alex. Thank you, Zena. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I I really just don't understand how. Oh, they're on there right now. Let me see. Why is I can't hear it? Okay. Okay, play.
Bixby made national headlines when he was convicted in the death and disappearance of his 3-year-old son, Cody. Now, he's looking at more charges involving his other sons. Corey Bixby was convicted and sentenced to 45 years in prison for Cody's death. Investigative reporter Chris Horn was in the courtroom today and has continuing coverage of this next stage of the case.
Corey Bixby's defense attorney, Curtis Brown, wanted a new judge. He did not want the same judge that presided over the murder trial in which Corey Bixby was convicted of second-degree murder of his son. He objected to James Hawks, the judge in the first trial, based on the fact that he claimed that there was an unfair jury based on the racial makeup of those 12 jurors.
I was very, 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 very concerned, very, very disturbed in the way that the jury was put together.
As he did right after the conviction back in March, defense attorney Curtis Brown claimed the jury was racially biased when it found Corey Bixby guilty of killing his 3-year-old son Cody in June 2021. It was 9 white members and 3 black members.
It's supposed to be a black town, the mayor's black, the Commonwealth attorney black, all the 3 judges in circuit court black, but yet the jury only let us get 3 jurors in it. No, it wasn't no fair trial.
Brown moved for Judge James Hawks to recuse himself, claiming that Hawks impaneled a white juror who stated she felt Bixby was guilty before the trial even began. Hawks denied that claim.
Oh my goodness. He looks horrible.
In this new phase of the case against Corey Bixby, he faces 30 charges of child abuse and neglect. It allegedly began several months before Cody was killed and involves not only him but his 3 brothers as well. Nancy Strickland is one of the several mothers who are seeking justice for Cody and his brothers. Do you think that Corey Bixby will get a fair trial in this second phase?
Of course he will. He got a fair trial last time. You know, the judge, I mean, he was not biased whatsoever. You know, so for him to get a fair trial on the abuse and neglect, yes, absolutely.
The defense attorney also wanted to sever all 30 charges that would have resulted in 30 separate trials. The judge denied that motion as well. The trial for all 30 charges will begin in early February. In Hampton, Chris Horn,
Okay. We got Zena in the building. She says pray for her nephew. He had a massive heart attack, and he was with oxygen for 20 minutes. He is on a ventilator. All right. We're going to pray for your nephew, Zena's nephew. We're going to pray for Alex, and we're going to pray for Zena's nephew. You guys, you know. Exactly. Sonia already put it in the chat, and she says, in Jesus' mighty name, you know, he is healed by his stripes. And we believe that, you know. And I'm going to tell you guys something. You know, I'm not in the best health. I got some, pray for me and my family. But I had got some bad news. When a doctor called me Saturday and was like, we need to talk to you. She call. I'm like, I don't answer numbers I don't know. She calling me from her house. That's so how important it is. But anyway, I'm not gonna get y'all all worked up and worried about what it is because I'm not claiming anything. But when a doctor call you on the weekend and call you back to back to back to back to back, and then call your kids and tell your kids, where's your mom at? Is she okay? And they like, Mom, the doctor's trying to reach you. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why is she trying to reach me? I'm good. Well, she gave me some bad news, but they want to rule stuff out. So let them rule whatever out. I know what's up. But like I said, we're not going to claim nothing right now. You know, because a lot of times it's all about, you know, the Benjamins, you know. His name is Jimmy. So we're going to pray for Alex and Jimmy. You know, we're going to pray for Alex and Jimmy. And the Lord says, and I had to tell somebody this over the weekend. I was talking to somebody and they're going through some things, you know. And I just told them, I said, hey, you know, you got to believe. Some people that you talk to, they say they believe until they, you know, hit that problem. Let's just get into that real quick for a minute. And then it's like, oh Lord, oh no, you know, why this happened to me and da 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 da. You know, let me share something with you guys, okay? And I had to tell my family this because, you know, they all in an uproar, my husband and my kids. They like, oh mama, you know, we need a second opinion. Oh mama, we need to do this. Oh mama, we need to do that. Listen to the doctor. Now listen, you know, okay, there's 2 or 3 times, and it was life-threatening times. I had to tell the doctor, not only for myself, for other people, no, what you're saying does not even make sense. No, I can't even listen to you. I was having my child. The woman wanted me to keep pushing. I had to tell her, no, go get my doctor, because if this is a contraction 3, we're not going to make it to 10. She talking about, you've been watching too much TV. Just keep pushing. I told her to get out of here. Get your face out of my face. Get out of here. She was like, calm down now. You know, you ain't never had a baby before. This is the pain you have. I said, if you don't go get my doctor, me and you, we gonna fight. My mama was looking at me. I said, Mama, something is wrong. Something is wrong. And what did she do? She called the doctor and said she will not let us examine her anymore. She says she needs the doctor because I don't know what I'm doing. You don't. You do not. I didn't have to have a baby before, but this is not normal. I am very high pain tolerance. This pain right here, it is a 10. It's a 20. So get out of here. And she left my room. You guys, this is a true story. She left my room. And you know what happened? The doctor come in. He got out of bed. He was like, oh, Miss Such and Such, why are you giving the nurses a hard time? You're a nurse. Why you... Well, I wasn't a nurse at that time. But he was like, you know, you know the medical field. You know, I think I had my CNA. I think I had my CNA by then or whatever. But anyway, he was like, you know how this work and everything, you know. And I said, doctor, something is wrong. She don't know what she doing. This is killing me. I'm fin to die. He says, okay, put your feet up in the straps. Let me take a look. And my mom was there. My daughter's dad was there. My brothers was there. My stepfather was there. Now, they wasn't in the room with me. My mother was in the room with me. And one of my brothers was in the room with me. And my daughter's dad, they were in the room with me. And he's like, this baby is coming out feet first. We need to do a C-section stat. Now, take in consideration, they already gave me the medication in my back. The, so, to cut the pain off. They did that before. They wasn't supposed to, but I told them, they done already gave me some, what they give you in the back? The, man, I got it on the tip of my tongue. I think it starts with an E. Epidural. They gave me an epidural in my back. And that's before the doctor came. That's before the doctor came. Now, I'm all medicated, and they telling me to sign papers. They know they wrong. How am I signing papers and I'm medicated? But so I really can't sign these papers because I'm not going to be making no rational decision. I'm medicated. Oh, I could have sued their butt if someone had. My family could have sued them viciously. But my mother was there. And I told my mom, I give you consent to sign the papers for me. Yes, an epidural. My mother signed the papers, and they cut my stomach wide open quickly. They was rolling me on my back and sticking me some more, and rolling me on my back and sticking me some more. And I didn't feel nothing. They like in 10 minutes, that baby was here. She was coming out feet first, and her feet wasn't like just straight, like you jumping in the river and you just jumping feet first straight down. Her feet were like a frog. You see what I'm saying? So they would have had to break my baby's knees just to get her out because her legs was wide open like that, and they couldn't get them to fold in. And every time when she was trying to come feet first. Now, anybody know if you have a baby feet first, you got problems because she can pull stuff with her. Not only that, how long that she's in that sack, and not only that, you got your whole organs down there, that, that can get erupted or whatever. But just imagine, had not, the nurse telling me what she's telling me, and I'm listening to her. So some people be like, well, she's a nurse, so why would you not listen to her? That's why you're in the hospital. You need to listen to her. I told her to get out of here. Now, that was one of my problems, okay? The second problem that I had while I was in the hospital was I had my son, and I told you guys I had my son, and everything went fine. I did the C-section and everything, but I did not know that, I was in a bad situation. I did not know if I was gonna, put him up for adoption or, I was just like, what am I gonna do with another kid? I can barely take care of the one I got. Daycare is so expensive, food, and the Lord just came over me and said, you have this child, and I'm thinking to myself, the father's not around. Here we go again. And people's looking at me like I'm a bad person, like I'm just having sex all over the place, and I wasn't. But here's this child. And my mother asked me, how did you get it? I don't know, but it's here. Nobody believe in me or whatever. And I'm like, cool. So, I'm in the hospital. I didn't want to see the child because, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to do. I laid in the bed and I thought about it and I thought about it. And I thought, well, if I'm eating and I'm taking care of one child, well, we just going to have to split the difference and take care of another one. Because this is down the line. At the beginning, when I found out I was pregnant, I don't believe in abortion. For me, hey, if y'all did it or do it or whatever, want to talk on it, that's fine for you, but it's not for me. I was raised no, and I believe my mother was correct about no. So, that's why I said, well, maybe I can give it up for adoption or something. Somebody will love on my child and take care of my child. But then, I decided, well, let me see this child. So I went to them and asked them, can I see my child? Well, I called them in the room and asked them, can I see the child? Because it's been like 3 days. And I was in the hospital because I lost so much blood that I couldn't even get up. I just wanted to sleep. And then I was asking them for pain medication. They wouldn't give it to me. And I'm like, why they won't give me pain medication? So, I was telling my brothers, bring me up some ibuprofen and bring me up some of this. And my family was bringing me pain medication. I said, Mama, they're not giving me pain medication. Why they not giving me pain medication? They done cut me open. 10 inches. 10 inches of my stomach from one side to the other, pulled out a whole human being, and they will not give me pain medication. What the heck is going on? And so the nurse came in the room and she was like, well, SP, I was like, I want to see my baby. She was like, well, you can't see your baby until social services come and talk to you. I said, what social service got to talk to me about? What they got to talk to me about? She gonna say, this is a nurse. You know what you did. What? She said, you know what you did. You know what you did to this baby. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck she talking about? What did I do to this baby? But carry it for the whole 10 months, more than 10 months. The baby was due 2 weeks ago. What did I do? This was a scheduled C-section. Because I told the doctor, how is it that you said the baby is due November the 6th, and here it is now, the 18th. And I can't take it no more. My blood pressure is high because guess what? I don't even know how I'm going to pay for this child. And then I'm going to end up giving the child to someone. And I've been out of work, and my bills are due. And now I'm asking, can I see my child? And you guys are telling me no. She say, this is what the nurse said to me. She says, we found cocaine in your baby system. I said, girl, I know you lying. I know you lying. And she walked on out the room. And I was like, I've never even laid eyes on that stuff before. So what is she talking about? Like, they tripping. It was a nightmare, you guys. I was like, oh my God, they done took my child. So, of course, I called my mom crying. My mom, my stepdad, all my brothers. Every last one of them showed up at the hospital. And they was like, what's going on? I said, Mama, they take my baby. I need y'all up here. They done took my child. I don't know what's going on. She was like, what did they say? I said, they say they found some of this in the baby system. And she was like, did you do something like that? I was like, I ain't never seen that stuff before in my life. I ain't never seen it before. Now, I was in a house one day, not nowhere near where my child was born. I think that was afterwards. I've seen them cook it up one time, but I ain't never touched it, smelt it, looked at it, or nothing. So, what are they talking about? So anyway, long story short, my family came, and they came a packing, y'all. You hear me? You would have thought it was a family reunion. And they security. They called security. They had backup security. The hospital had police at every exit. They had them at the door. They had them at the elevator. They were like, they're not taking this baby. We were finna take over the hospital, and I was ready to do it. And my family came in. They was like, oh, we can only have so many in. My family came in and like, no, we're coming in. You almost killed her. We're coming in. So then, so my family, the whole room was just covered with my family. Just my brothers, my mother, my stepfather alone. You know, their girlfriends or wives or whatever, their kids or whatever. I mean, there was people out in the hall and everything. I mean, we was finna go crazy in there. For real. No, we're not doing this. Anyway, I had a best friend. He was an attorney. So I called him up. And his name is Warren G. I said, Warren. And I told him, he was like, what's going on? And I told him, I said, I done had a baby, because I hadn't talked to him in a long time. I live right across the street from his firm. And, you know, I would go over there and eat some Haagen-Dazs ice cream or whatever. Drive his Cadillacs and stuff. We were best friends. He was just an older white man that, you know, felt like I was like his daughter. And so he gave me a lot of knowledge. You know, he told me, you know, how to stay out of trouble and everything. I mean, people come in your lives for reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sad to say that he's gone and everything. But that's a friend. He never really, you know, judged me. And, you know, he told me, don't marry this person. But I did. But anyway, nevertheless, I told him, I said, they took my child. And this happened and that happened. And I told him, you know, we didn't know how I got pregnant in the first place. And, you know, and he was like, I believe you. I said, I got no reason to lie, because it makes me look stupid. But anyway, we're here. They done took the child. I ain't never seen this stuff before. What they talking about is in the baby system. I don't even know nothing about it. And so then, he's like, I'm gonna ask you one question, and then this is we either don't get our way, but we gonna be rich. You hear me? He says, and answer this question with the truth. Just tell me the truth. I said, what's the question? He said, did you touch anything? I said, no. He said, that's it. He said, good. He said, I'll call you back in a minute. Good. You ain't never touched it? You ain't never been in the room with it? I said, no. I've never seen it before. I don't even know what it looked like. I know the name. I know what it's supposed to look like. But I've never, ever, because I never dealt with stuff like that before. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. I just never have. Didn't have to. Because, you know, like, I can't even really deal with the green stuff. So, why would I? No. I don't even like to take an aspirin. Hey. So, all this is crazy to me. So, he called the head of the hospital, the president of the hospital, and he said, I'm giving you guys 24 hours to give my client her baby back. And I know for a fact that this woman has never, it's not in her system, she's never been around it or anything. Because I told you guys, you know, I disconnected from my family. Yeah, my family is about all of that stuff, but I'm not. I've never have, you know, I just never have. So anyway, and he was like, and if you don't, we're going to own this hospital. Do you know They come bringing my baby back to me in like, it was like in an hour. In an hour. And they were still mad at me. You know what they had did? They had another woman. Like I said, I scheduled my C-section because the baby was due like November the 6th. And it was November the 18th. I scheduled the C-section because my blood pressure, I could not take, like my blood pressure was getting, it's called something, eclampsia, when you have high blood pressure and try to have a baby. You will die. So, I scheduled my C-section for them to take the child that particular day. I walked in. My water didn't bust. I wasn't ready to have the child. But the doctor said, if the child don't come by the weekend, go to the hospital Monday, check yourself in, and we're going to do a C-section. We're going to take the child out. That's what I did. But there was another woman that she came into the hospital. She was found in one of those abandoned homes, and she went into labor, but she was having complications. She was in a room right next to me, and as I was having my C-section, because she was so drugged up, they gave her a C-section. And so we had a C-section at the same time. It was her baby that but they had my child mixed up. So I'm like, how did that happen? That you've got all of these rules and regulations. Put the bracelet on the baby. Put the bracelet on the mama. Put the everything. Yeah, preeclampsia. Thank you, Zena. I knew it was some kind of eclampsia. I'm just saying, you can have all the safety procedures and rules and regulations in there, but how did you get these two kids mixed up? That right there was horrible for me. That was a nightmare. That was trauma. So they gave me my child, and that's why they wasn't giving me no pain medication. They was like, you know what? When they gave me my child, you know what I said? I was in so much pain. I couldn't get up. The strength of God came into me. I told my family, get my shit. I'm just gonna tell y'all like what I said. I'm out. I'm not finna play with them no more. And because I seen the look of my baby's eyes, and they were so big and brown and beautiful. I said they trying to take something from me. Just give me my S. That's what I said. And let's go. And we walked out of there with the baby, all my stuff, and here I am at home with a baby that, I felt like, wow, what am I going to do with this child? And, that child has become a blessing to me. Hard raising up, going through a lot with him, all during school and everything, getting him to understand and everything. He was a preemie. They was like, man, we don't recommend you take the baby. We can call social service on. If you call social service on me, you call them on yourself, because I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Because the baby was still under 4 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was like 4 pounds, 8 ounces or something. And when you first have a baby, the baby don't gain weight just because you feed it. The baby lose weight because the mama give all the nutrients that the baby need. The baby got the best of everything. And so now the baby's got to get used to this worldly nutrients and stuff, the Similac and all of that other stuff, which is not really that great. But so, did social services come to my house? Yeah. But when they came to my house, guess what? That baby was eating oatmeal. When they finally came, I don't think my son was on Similac for more than 2 days after that. Because he cried and cried and cried. And I was like, I called my mama and I said, Mama, this baby is crying so much. Look, do you think he got colic or something? She was like, nah, because you ain't been nowhere. Have you been outside with the baby uncovered? And I was like, nah. She was like, nah, the baby just hungry. It's not getting the nutrients that it was getting before. She was like, just put a little oatmeal in the Similac. Just put a little oatmeal in there. You know what I'm saying? And something to stick to his stomach. And he'll go to sleep. And she wasn't lying either. See, that's wisdom when you're talking to somebody that's got wisdom. So I thank God for me to be the age that I am, that, young people don't want to listen. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I've already been there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and me and my son, we haven't been separated ever since. Don't come taking nothing from me. And, and the weirdest thing about it is I love both of my children. I love my daughter because my daughter was first. You know what I'm saying? She was my first love, my first child, I love her. She's beautiful. I planned for her. But my son, I love him because he's a boy. And not only that, because they tried to take him. So it was like I went into protective mode. I love you too, woke to God. I love you. And for some reason, like I said, in both situations, the devil thought he had his way. And I just can't listen to people because they got authority or they got titles or they got, initials behind their name. I just can't listen to them, So I was telling my friend over the phone that, the Bible has the, and some people believe that it's man-made and da-da-da-da-da and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, there is a God, okay? I'm not gonna argue with nobody. You can believe what you want to believe. That's for you. But I am gonna say, and I'm gonna stand on it with everything because I know. And I'm not telling you something I read. I'm not telling you something somebody taught to me. I know without a doubt. God is real. He does exist. He does intervene, but he doesn't come running intervening. It's already placed in there. Everything is pretty much done. But when things come into our lives, sometimes they happen so that we can be where we need to be. Maybe we're not going in our right direction or whatever. But everything has to happen. It's just like when Jesus was on Mount Sinai and he was talking to the Father. He was like, if there's any other way, take this cup from me. And the Lord, he was talking, there's no other way. You have to do this. You're the sacrifice. You're the only sacrifice that can do this. I know Jesus didn't. He was like, man, because you're God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, if your Father owned everything, it's like, I gotta go down here and do this. You know what I'm saying? But he did it. He didn't complain. It wasn't a complaint. He was just, he was like, is there any other way? And the Lord just told him, basically he must have, and he was like, okay. And he stayed up there and he prayed. And the disciples were supposed to watch and make sure they don't come. And every time he went out there to check on the disciples was asleep. He was like, y'all can't even stay up for an hour? Just an hour? And, they came and took him on in. But Peter went and cut off one of the soldiers' ears, right? And I'm giving you guys in lay terms, but I was telling my friend, you should know this stuff. Whether it's true or not, you know that God is real, right? That means his words is real. They're like life. Don't ever think just because you don't see the earth shaking and moving because you pray that it did not go into his ears like he didn't hear. He hears everything. He knows everything. I had to tell her, do you not know that every raindrop has a name? A raindrop. Anytime it rains, you guys go outside, just let a raindrop drop on you. You don't know the name. He even told Abraham that he was going to give him as many descendants as the sand. The sand on the ocean. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Abraham's sitting there like, But my wife is old as dirt, and you talk about I'm gonna have all of these descendants gonna be because of me. And it's true. Right? He couldn't see it because by the time they had their first child, remember, Sarah went and got, I don't know, I guess her name was Hagar. I don't know. I can't remember what her name was, and told her, well, my husband got to have a child, so go ahead and sleep with my child. See, you didn't wait on the Lord. And that's where all this other stuff, where people want to share a man and share a wife and be in this poly relationship and stuff. All that stuff it's not supposed to be, you guys. It's just not. But anyway, I'm just saying, when you start agreeing to stuff that, you know, the Lord didn't tell you to agree to that, you know, then, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying, you know, death's going to come to you because you want to be in a poly relationship. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying you are shortening your life at the end of the day. You are. It's almost like you are not respecting your mother, your father. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the laws, these are the rules, these are regulations. Stay in the guidelines of the laws and the regulations. When you speak, like everybody knows Bible scriptures and stuff, and then they say, you know, no weapon against me should prosper. You know, I mean, people do it all the time. I've done it here and there. Oh, I'm so I can't even cut that off. I'm sorry, Lisa. It just does it automatically. But at the end of the day, you know, when you know that those words, and especially when they're in red, that he say, you gotta believe that stuff. You can't just talk it. You can't just say, oh, I know, I'ma pray. I know. No, when he says, like I told her, when he say that he'll never leave you or forsake you, whatever you're going through, it don't matter what it is. They can come and get your job. They can come and get your kids. They can come and get your house. They can come and take you to the hospital. Your car break down. Your kids ran away. You know, your neighbor got shot. Your child got shot. Your kids ain't acting right. They cussing you out. You on drugs. They on drugs. Everybody on drugs. The neighbors on drugs. Robbing your house. Whatever. You speak to the Lord and he hears you. And he's not sitting there just listening. He's not just sitting there listening. Now, I'm not saying to you he's going to run out and do something. It's already done. But he wants to know, if you really love him, then you know that your prayers are heard. You know that, right? That means that it's already written. It's already there. Like even in the book of life, if your name is there, it's already there. I let people know I'm not trying to get in heaven. I'm already in heaven. What I want to do, I feel like, you know, I want to have, I want him to love me where, you know, I know I'm a sinner. I sin all the time. I don't just randomly try to do it. But, you know, the human in me, somebody do me wrong, I be like, okay, you know what? You done cheated me out of, $800. Well, you know, all right. I try to get it back any way I can. Now, I'm not going to shoot you, rob you, or beg you for it or whatever. But, you know, yeah, I will try to get my money back. And I feel like, you know, fair exchange ain't no robbery. You know, I may not get all 800. I might get $50 worth of it back. Not even what I really even want or whatever. But what I'm saying is, you know, I just can't just be like, oh, you just cheated me out of $800. It's okay. No, I just don't. That's the human part of me. But, you know, I don't feel like, oh, you did bad, you did wrong, you know, whatever. You know, you leave $50 down, you know, I'm going to take it, you know. Because you done took $800 from me. And you acting like, no, we're good. No, we're not good. And so, like I said, I'm human. So, and do I think I'm right? No, I didn't say I was right. I didn't say I was right at all. I just said I'm human, right? But like I was telling my friend, Yeah, I'll probably change the thing on there, Lisa. Don't worry about it the next time. But we're our numbers are down, so we have to. That's when our numbers go up. They'll put us on like a 10-minute, 12-minute. Right now they have us on a 6-minute. That's why I tell you guys, you have to do more videos, so our breaks. But see, it doesn't hurt me for the commercials because I pay for the no commercials. I think it's like $14 a month. So I don't get commercials because like whoa. And I'm not telling y'all have to go pay for no commercials or whatever. I'm just saying that when we don't come on like we're supposed to or whatever, what happens is you go to the lower tier, and the lower tier is like every 6 minutes, and then you come on more, then you don't get as many. You get like and then you can manually adjust it. But if you manually adjust it, you will not get to your it's a platform that you have to stay. We're below our platform. We've been below our platform. Like we're not meeting our I think we're just a little bit low. We didn't meet it this last month in October. We've been meeting it since we've been on YouTube. We did not meet it last month on the 21st. We did not meet it. It's always on the 21st. We did not meet it. So I'm gonna just let it stay where it is, because normally I put it on a higher one because so y'all wouldn't have to have so many. But our tier is so like we're not getting it, so therefore we have to do what we got to do, because those pennies add up, and they have to add up to at least because we're not funded by anybody, so at least it'll pay for our YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying, which is $100. But this month we didn't even make it. I think we were down to like $87, so we didn't even make the 101. That's what you have to make. You have to make 101. And that's why sometimes when people say, oh, I did the super chat, I'll be like, okay, that's gonna help. That's gonna help where we ain't gotta have so many commercials. Because remember when we didn't have no commercials, you know what I'm saying? But we were making our quota, so we didn't have to do that. But now that our numbers are down, we have to do that. She said, I pay for that too, SP. It's worth it to me. Yeah, it is. But so like I was telling you guys, just to make a long story short, I don't never have a problem coming on just chatting with you guys. I just don't. But you got to always remember, anything is possible with the Lord. Don't let somebody tell you, oh, you ain't got a chance, or oh, you can't have that, or oh, you can't be this, or oh, you can't do that, oh, you can't buy that car, oh, you can't have a house, oh, you just stuck. That's just the devil in your ear. Oh, this or that or whatever. Every day there's a chance that it's a breakthrough. And then some people they take their life. They'll take their life because this happened. They lose their job. They be like, I messed up big time, whatever. Or, this is happening or whatever. I say, you know what? And when I was telling her this, a spirit, a calmness over me to tell her that, those words in the Bible is like life. I'm just being honest. It's like life. Like, I don't know what it is for her. It is, you know what I'm saying? Because you're talking to me in a gloomy state. And isn't God good? You know what? I even knew when my mother was passing away. The devil told me he was going to do it. And you know what? I was like, he was like, drive up and wave goodbye to her, because it's going to be the last time you see her. You know what? I was right on the other corner when she was getting ready to go to dialysis. And that came in my ear. And I could have sped up and drove right next to her and waved, hey mama, bye-bye. I didn't want to do that. I sat in the car and I couldn't believe my ear. Those are spiritual experiences I'm sharing with you guys right now. I sat in the car and I didn't even get mad. I just asked the Lord. I said, Lord, is it true? And I didn't hear anything. And I said, well, you know, I'm going to trust the Lord. If I'm going to trust the Lord that what, if it is, then that's what it is. This is my mother. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. But I'm going to go home and I'm going to trust him. And something tells me, because some people be like, the devil's a lie. The devil will tell you the truth to make you feel like you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. What I'm trying to say to you, yeah, he's a liar. But what I'm trying to say to you, like, he knows the truth. Remember, he spoke to Jesus himself. He said, isn't it written that if you could throw yourself from this rock? Isn't it written in the word that the angels will make sure that you won't even hurt your knee? You won't even get a scrape. He was telling them the truth, right? He was telling Jesus. He didn't have to tell Jesus the word. Jesus is the word. So he know this is what I'm trying to share with you guys. So he told me something to make it seem like he got power. But I'm just going to share with you. The only power that he has is what my Father gives him. I went home and I waited and I kept myself busy. And that time come to call my mom. I called, no answer. I started getting worried. I called, no answer. Called, no answer. It's 3 o'clock in the evening. I'm calling, no answer. So then I said, okay. So I called the hospital. I asked them, do they have my mother at the hospital? They was like, nope. So then I called the next door neighbor to my mom. And I said, hey, have you seen my mom? She was like, she at the hospital. I said, no, she not. I called the hospital. She said, no. They sent her to the hospital down the road. The dialysis is like 3 buildings away from the hospital my mother goes to. They sent my mother 10, 15 miles away to a hospital that she said do not take her to. She said, do not ever let them take me to that hospital. They're going to kill me. I said, where's my mother at? She said, she's at that hospital. I said, why would they not take her next door? And I'm going to make a long story short, but there's more to that situation. But I called the hospital. They said, your mother's here. She's doing okay. Visiting times is over. But I let her know that she's here and that's that, whatever. And you can come in the morning or whatever. And I said, okay. There was more to that story. Just remember, I just bypass it because I don't want this to be a long little vent. But they called me. I went to work that night. 1 o'clock in the morning, they called me and said, get your family up here. Things that went south. Got to the hospital. My mother was already gone. So, I wasn't mad at God. I was not in disbelief because I was already told that. But I have to believe that, like I said, my mother is with the Lord. Okay? She said to me on that day when I was getting her ready to go to dialysis, she had lost a lot of memory. She didn't know. She had pooped on herself. She was so upset. She said she didn't like living like this. She was like, I can't remember the days and when I gotta go to the hospital. I can't feel my feet. They cutting off my feet and all this other stuff. She was like, I'm just so tired of it. and I was cleaning her up, and she was yelling at me at the same time because I said, "Mom, let me clean you up. Let me put some clean underwear on you." She was like, "Just give me them underwear there." And I said, "Mama, nah, we need to put some clean ones on." She's like, "Just give me them, girl, and leave me alone." Okay, I listen to my mom, so. I'm like, "Well, Mama, you told me that not to go nowhere with dirty drawers on, and you telling me to keep the dirty drawers on, and you got clean drawers right there. You're not making any sense." And she was upset because I'm telling her, "You're not making sense. You're just not making sense, Mom." And so when I had got home, I called my brothers and said, "Something's going on with Mom," and they was like, "Oh, it's time to just put her in the nursing home." And I hung up in my brother's face. So what I'm saying to you guys, I would have thought that I would have felt totally different about God when my mother passed, but I didn't. He gave me peace. Was I sad and crying and moping? And I just found myself crying. Just tears come down. Just because I miss her. Just sharing things with her. She was my best friend. Even though my mama was like, she just wasn't the brightest star. She just wasn't. But she was still mama. She could have got rid of me a long time ago. She didn't have me, I thank her for that. I thank her for the wisdom. I thank her for all my brothers. I thank her for just enduring this world and making sure I was safe. And now I've got a family. I got a life. But I don't feel sorry for her because she's with the Father. And those words are very comforting. And they're just not comforting. They are what it is. What it is. It's what it says. That's what that's what Jesus said. "I am that I am." Ain't that what I said? That's what I didn't. Matter of fact, he say, like, here's you go. He was like, the Father went to go prepare a place for us, right? And if it was not true, he would not have told us that. So those words that in the book, they're there because if he didn't want them to be there, they wouldn't be there. Okay? That's what kind of God I serve. So whether people believe it's this or that or whatever, it makes you a better person. I don't worry about it. I don't argue about it. They can believe what they want to believe. They can believe what they want to believe. But I'm just telling you that the power is in prayer, you guys. It ain't no secret. It's not a secret. There's reasons why they give you extra money to work Saturday and Sunday. There's reasons why when you're getting ready to do something great or good, evil's always present. It's always a reason why people that you trust deceive you. Because he done already told you. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. And if God say he'll never leave you or forsake you, then that's what he said. He's not going to tell me that if it's not true. He cannot lie. It ain't got to go your way. It ain't got to go my way. You guys understand what I'm saying? Everything ain't going to go the way you want it to go. Because that's what you want. You want it like this or you want it like that. You want this person to say, I'm sorry. You want this person to give you this back. You want that person to come back in your life. You want them to leave you alone. You want some money. It don't work like that. What is for you is what you got. Whether it's a little bit or a lot. Maybe it's a little because you don't know how to take care of what you got and be appreciative of what you got. So now you got a little. And maybe if you up yourself and make yourself better, you can get more or get better. But it's not God. Anytime anything happened, guess what? It's your fault. It's not God's fault. Because he's good. And that might be, just, it ain't just words. It's all his. Okay, let me share one thing with you before I leave, you guys. Okay, let's say let me give you a small example. I always give you these, and I say they minimum layperson examples, because if you understand the depth of what I'm saying, you should get it and not cry and worry. It's going to be okay. He tells us to don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about what to eat. Don't worry about that stuff. Tomorrow got its own worry. So he gives you the day called the present right now to get it right. Be better. I made somebody cry last night, and I'm not proud of it, but the girl really got on my nerves. I mean, she was argumentative. She was a CNA. She just wasn't doing her work. I mean, I'm trying to take care of the residents, and she come to me for little minimal things like, you don't know how to give a shower. You don't know how to walk somebody to the room. You don't know how to change a diaper. Like, what is it? Like, why do I have to go step by step? And then when you are doing it, you're doing it backwards. You put the diaper on the person backwards, or they're walking away from you. You're having a full conversation with somebody that don't even know that they even exist, when they need to be in the bed, instead of you're going to find them on the floor because they're going to walk you all the way to the door, and they're not even supposed to be up and walking. Only thing I told the young lady to do is redirect the resident back in the bed. Put her back in the bed. She couldn't do that. I said redirect her. This woman can't talk. She I'm not saying she don't think, but she can't talk. She just looks at you, and she's having a full conversation with, hey, I'm just going to use a name like Tina. Hey, Tina, come on. Why don't we get in the bed? Tina's just walking. Tina will walk for 50 days straight if you let her. Tina just walking. Walk, walk, walk. And she walking behind her. Tina, pants dragging to the floor. Diaper full of poop. She just walking, 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 walking. I said redirect her to the bed. The family's coming to get her. Redirect her to the bed. Get her cleaned up. She'll lay there in the bed if you get her in the bed. I was like, redirect her to the bed. How many times I got to say it? She said, that's what I'm doing. What you want me to do? Shove her in the bed? I told her, don't you ever let that come out your mouth again. Yeah, I said that, and I meant it. And if I lose my job, it's okay, because I ain't going to be there no way. So, I can say things like that, and like I said, I meant what I said. Don't you ever say so. I told you to redirect. Do you not know what redirect mean? That's not a big word. And she was in tears because she was like, that's what I thought I was doing. Evidently, if you're walking down the hall and her pants done fell on the ground and you're trying to hold them up and she's steady walking, and she's walking to the door to go out the door, she's walking away from the room. Evidently, you're not redirecting her. I had to stop, mess all on top of my cart, get the woman because she's going to fall, and say, let's go to the bed. And turn her around, put her in front of the bed. She climbed right up in the bed and laid down. Redirect. That's it. That's it. This world is doing crazy stuff. Nobody wants to be who they're supposed to be. And then they get a little money. They get belligerent and crazy. The kids ain't got no education, ain't no books in the school anymore. Books are gone. Yep, books are gone. So I'm going to tell you something. Books didn't do a lot for a lot of people, no way. Because to be honest with you, out of all the black people in the world, and I'm just being honest, I don't know the statistics, but I can round it off to the nearest 10. Probably 7% open up a book. Of black people. But you know what? The numbers really go down now because that 7% don't even have that. So now you're going to have the technology. And how many knows about technology? I don't even know technology that well. We get in bad situations because we've never been taught how to use a credit card because we never had credit cards. But now when you work, all your money got to go in a bank, and so now you got a debit card. And you know what? That's why when you go buy something, it says insufficient funds, because guess what? We haven't been taught to check and balance. I was telling my girlfriend, that book there, they have a whole movie about the books coming to non-existence. It's called Elijah. If you ever watched the movie, watch it. Books come to being non-existence. You know why I don't watch TV? Because there's so much truth in it. I don't need to see it. I'm living it. I'm just being honest. You don't have to be no rocket scientist to figure out what's going to happen. The bad people are getting celebrated and all of that. And that's just what it is. You can fight it all you want. That's what it is. And I'm so happy to be the age that I am. Because guess what? I'm glad, just like my mother said, I will not be here when this world is going to HE double hockey stick. You guys better get it right. You better get them words in your heart. And like I told her, if you love the Lord, you know those words is life. They're life. They're going to keep you safe. It'll keep you out of a lot of trouble. Quit worried about little stuff like that. Quit worried about death. Quit worried about you don't have nothing to eat. Quit worried about that stuff. The Lord said that we're the apple of his eye. My kids are the apple of my eye. God is number one. But my kids is the apple of my eye. My husband's the apple of my eye. I don't want nothing to happen to them. Surely I would help them anytime they need some help. But if they ask me for something that I'm not, you know what? I don't want to put my children's business out there. But if one of them's doing something that I don't appreciate or care for, like this is like saying, listen, I'm gonna give you a hypothetical example. Smoke weed, okay? Whether they do or don't, I don't care. That's their life, right? They're grown. But I don't want to pay for it. Sometimes I tell my kid, okay, if I give you $20, don't go buy no junk with my money. Put it in your gas tank or go get you something to eat. I'm not paying for your habit. Sometimes I got to get in the car with them to make sure it's gas. Or I got to go to the store with them. Or I want to see that receipt. Now you can take your money and go do that with it, but don't take mine. That's how God is. He knows he gives us the wrong thing. As soon as we get it, we do the wrong thing with it. But God says, just like the talents in the book, If you do well with what he gives you, surely he gonna give you more. If you ain't got more, that's because you're not making right decisions with what he gave you. It has got nothing to do with God. It's got everything to do with you. You better own up to it and be responsible for your own doing. If you're in a situation, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes God just wants your attention too. But at the end of the day, this world will continue to go on and on and on and on and on. It's too short for you to complain about how horrible your life is. Because I guarantee you, there's people who got a worse life than you. Look at them boys, them defendants. Now, some of them deserve to probably be off in there because, but not all of them deserve to be off in there. And that's where they're wrong. On the Young Thug trial case, not all of them deserve to have life in prison. I truly do not believe Jeffrey Williams is guilty. I just don't. Not of being the leader, the shot caller. I believe he done came up out of the roughness of his life, the disaster, the poorness of his life. They say he's the richest man in Atlanta. What he got? Why would he want somebody to go and sell a dime bag? Why? He don't. He ain't getting rich by no dime bag. They're mad because he's not putting that money back into Atlanta like they want him to. They want him to give to this and give to that and do this, do that. Because I guarantee you, if Slim Shorty or Slim Life Shorty was supposed to be the leader or whatever, this would have been a done deal. This would have been a done deal. Fannie is only trying to win election. That's why they want a big fish. And you guys, and I'm not just saying this, we are the worst African American people. And I'm just saying, we are the worst group of people for each other. We fight against each other. We be like, well, he don't need to be doing that. Well, your kids did it. Your kids sold some drugs here and there when they was younger. They done ran and did some stuff that you don't know about. Let's give them life. See what I'm saying? No. If they had any evidence, and I'm just being honest, I don't know this man from a can of paint, but if they had any evidence, wouldn't you not believe they would have already showed it? 10 months, and they ain't not one person came up and said, yeah, Jeffrey Williams put a hit out on such and such. Here's the recording of Jeffrey Williams paid for this or that. The only thing that this man done did was help some other people in the community. And the ones that get up there because they know him or around him, they just there for the money. But I guarantee you, Fannie Willis, she trying to get a name for herself. She wants to be elected again. Get her out of there. Get her out of there. She's horrible. I get sick and tired of seeing black people. I'm just being honest. I get sick and tired. I don't care if they take this one. I do. I get sick and tired of black people just don't even know their worth. You don't even know you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. And and this is just my belief. I don't believe that there is I discriminate against color, but what I was told by my ancestors, my grandmother and grandmother told her and was passed down. I'm not going to forget. We are the founders of this world. We the ones that built this world. Africa, people from the descendants of this color. There's no way in the world you can kill all these slaves in America, and we're still here. 90% of them died on the ship coming. And then all the stuff you went through, you worked us for nothing. We built this city, country, town, state. And you got to remember, if you got Indian in you, who was the thieves? Because Columbus didn't discover nothing. You can't discover something somebody else is already there. That's like me jumping in your car talking about, I found a car. It's already paid for. It's in Phyllis Diart's name. I discovered a car and it's mine, now it's mine. Let's change the title. It's called History for a reason. His story. It's not your story. It's not the truth. That's why they want to take the books out now. Because the truth is now everybody knows the truth. How you going to teach something that's not the truth? Because believe it or not, remember, we got graded on that stuff. You better know it or you're going to fail. You better know the Pledge of Allegiance. You better know who discovered America. You better know who was the first president. You better know all of this stuff. You better know who freed the slaves. They talking about, see, I love history. They talking about Abraham Lincoln freed. Abraham Lincoln had slaves himself. He impregnated some of them. Hello. I'm just saying. So if you want to read something, then and you want to believe all the shenanigans or whatever, pick up that Bible, that's spending time with God. If he says that I'm the apple of his eye, of course I love his words. They're like candy. And then when I think about him, I just smile. I'm smiling right now because I'm thinking about him. And that's when you know that you're in love. You in love with what he say. And nobody can hurt you. Even though they think they can hurt you. It's like you find out, like say for instance, your husband cheating on you. Okay, yeah, that hurt. But you know what? God loves me so much. He'll give me another one. He'll give me a better one. Or he'll let you get out of my life and go do what you need to go do. And I'll be just fine without you. Hello, ain't gonna look for nothing else. And he'll bring it to me. If he don't bring it to me, then I'll be by myself. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. If I don't get in school, okay, maybe I don't need to be in school. Thank you, Lord. He put you places for a reason. You ain't got to know what the reason is. But you are a representative. And when you don't speak his words, you sitting there, who wants to be a Christian? You sitting there, when things is good, that's when you want to say, God is good, God is good. What about when things is bad? I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't care how bad things get. I made a promise, and you're not supposed to make promise, but I made a promise. I don't care how bad things get. I still love the Lord. I'm going to praise him. I'm not changing that. I don't care what happened. My mother passed away. I was still praising the Lord. I told my brothers, when we go to the funeral, I don't want y'all jumping up, hollering and screaming and passing out. My mother raised soldiers. If you do what she said, and she didn't lead us to God, but she believed in God, didn't act like it. And we all gonna have to die someday. So quit tripping. And we're going to do what she said. If she want to be cremated, we're going to cremate her. And whoever want the ashes can have the ashes. I gave them to my brother, whatever. I don't want her. That ain't her. She up there with the Father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, plea deals for some of the defendants are in Fannie's desk, per Fox News. Yeah, we listened to the news, but nothing else has came in. Let me see if there is a update. But what's the update? Do you have the update? Y'all must know I love the Lord. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all get mad. We be talking about one thing, and next thing I know, we be talking about something else. We start talking about what they. Yeah, we seen the 3 hours. We seen that.
County judge canceled court for the day in the ongoing YSL racketeering trial as she considers declaring a mistrial. This comes after another misstep in court yesterday by prosecutors. Fox 5's Eric Perry is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse with the latest on this case. Eric.
Yeah, this case for the past 10, 11 months here. So while Superior Court Judge Paige Whitaker considers a mistrial in this case, I'm told defense attorneys here are possibly talking with District Attorney Bonnie Willis for potential plea deals.
What I'm trying to do is fix your sloppiness.
A seemingly annoyed...
You know, she shouldn't even said that. I'm trying to fix your sloppiness. And you can't fix her sloppiness. That means you know, like, it ain't just sloppiness. It's bad performance and everything. You needed to give them a mistrial a long time ago. You've been fixing their sloppiness. You even said, she even actually said, if it's not done purposely, she don't know what to call it. But bad lawyering. It's either bad lawyering or you're doing it purposely. You can't say she's doing it purposely because but she is. She did do that. They were losing and they knew they was losing. So that's why they threw it out there. They've been throwing it out. She ooh. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that stuff out, you guys. It just doesn't. I can't wait for like some stuff to happen, but you know, it's just not gonna happen when we want it to happen. It's just not, you know. You know. Nobody's got nothing new. Nobody's got nothing new. She says, no, I came on you late. Yeah, that's all that was going on. That just was like 3 hours ago. Yeah. That's all they said 3 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Anyway, you guys, I am going to get off of here. Go handle some business for today. And I will just see you guys when there's some news break out. It might be tomorrow. It just might just be tomorrow. You know? Shoot. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.